My name is Joseph Munyera, a commercial farmer. At first, I was doing subsistence farming. It reached a time whereby I realized that being subsistence farmer was not, in fact, helping me much as a family man. So what I did, I changed from subsistence to commercial. In other words, I left maize, which used to be my favorite crop, because I had seen that it was not paying so much. Now, I specialized. That is, I went to onions and the Irish potatoes, because those ones were so much more paying. My 5 acres of land, I invested like 25 million, depending on the weather. When the weather is reliable, the outcome is interesting. You can harvest around 1,000 bags of onions. And then when you calculate that, like last year, I gave out, it was not so much, I got like 150 bags, 400,000 per bag, calculate 4 times that, I got like 60 million. And things were amazing. You can see this store we are in here. It is really out of the onions I harvested last season. We use agrochemicals. We use fertilizer. We have herbicides. For my case, I use a selective herbicide to weed up the emerging weeds. We have extension workers who I invite them. They come and they train us on how to apply fertilizer. And for them, they come and test the soils, because we cannot just apply fertilizer annually. Now this one, I produced this one during the rainy season. That's why prices are low. It's because I produced at the same time other farmers are also producing. Yeah, and this one I'm now doing irrigation. I think that one, I think there is no competition. It has to favor me in terms of price. These onions of mine can stay like 2 months because of the conditions. You can see there is enough air, fresh air. I don't think the rotting will not occur here, because this is a good storage for onions. This is how we store onions. The ground is dry. Keep records. Of course, farm records from land preparation. When you are purchasing inputs, hired labor, you have to cost all that, and then you put in records, so that at the end of the day, you calculate the profits and losses. There was a time I spent like 2 million in a potato farm. That was 2017. The outcome was again opposite. I invested a lot of money. The outcome was little. I got again 500,000 instead of. So that from there I started now keeping records, because I realized that I was doing losses. I use ox plow because of the nature of the land. You cannot supervise. I have a lot of work. They get involved during the time of land preparation. From land preparation, they supervise the hired labor. At least each member of the family has to get involved, so that so things can move well. Madam is in charge payments, paying the hired laborers, and then the grading of these harvested onions. She's in charge of grading. And even during the time of selling, produce and receives the money. After receiving the money, she takes money to the bank. The right market for onions is Southern Sudan. I tried, was it 2014? I realized that these middlemen were playing us. So what I did, I sorted my onions, 150 bags. I loaded a hire truck to Southern Sudan. What I got there, I realized that these people have been cheating us. Imagine they wanted to offer me 80,000 per bag here. And when I reached there, I got very good money in the form of dollars. I got, when I changed the dollar, I got from there. It was like I sold a bag of onions at 185,000, imagine. So there's a problem with the middleman. So I've put up now a store here. I'm going to manage them. Then they find my onions are so dry and quality. They have to give me good money because I cannot now panic now because my onions are safe. It was in 2010 when I overproduced onions. I produced called jumper. I planted like 4 acres and I got around 800 bags. There was no market completely. I heard there is a store called Kokofa, a very good store down there, bigger than this one. I took those onions there for storage. The onions got rotten. All the onions got rotten. And imagine, at the end of the day, I hired again to transport back to the garden as a manure. The whole of that year, I think I never harvested anything. Instead, the real entered our capital. Yeah, that was 2010. So this is like, I'm now harvesting. They are still harvesting on the other side. This is now what we have got, and there is still more in the garden. My future plans, I'm wishing all my children to be graduates, including the last one. One is graduating on 18th, and the other one, second born, is joining Makerere. I want to produce, first of all, graduates. I want to also have buildings in the Kapchoro town and even beyond Mbale, Kampala. I want to have my personal transport. These middlemen can play around when you don't have your personal transport. That is a future plan. You see, this is producing a lot of onions. Maize, I think maize gives us a little outcome. I planted 4 acres of maize. So far I've harvested 2 acres. In an acre, I think I invested like 1.5 million. And in an acre, you can get like 20 bags. 20 times 50,000 is 1 million. I think there is no business there. I may not realize some good money there. So it is like I plant maize to feed my havers and maybe to rotate my crops. Because when you want to plant the Irish potatoes, you cannot go in for Irish potatoes where you had planted again Irish potatoes. Bananas, the enterprise, I think we have been doing, and the madam is in charge also, banana plantation. She has a lot of knowledge for that. I have also another store up there for Irish potatoes. Here sometimes I store seed for Irish. You can see some good shelves here. These are for seed. I'm now planting Irish potatoes. And hopefully, if all goes well, I think I might harvest what I harvested in 2016 from Irish. In 2016, I harvested 800 bags of Irish potatoes. And each bag was, farm gate price was a 100,000 kgc for a bag. So 800 times that, I got like 80 million. I've got a machine which is likely to procure first week of January, that is next year, 2021. And this machine is going to, it is going to make, it will be meant for crisps. That is very good, and it can be exported. You've seen the Captura produces a lot of Irish, and this is machine likely to begin making those crisps and packing Irish next year, early January 2021. It is going to be located in Mukono town. I'm a member of certain cooperatives. There's an existing cooperative called Kapchesombe Green Change Farmers Cooperatives. Been selling some of the seed, potato seeds. Sometimes I sell to the group members. Sometimes when I run shortage of finances, this group lends money to the group members. That is the way I benefit. I used to live in a grass thatch house, which is now dismantled. I put up again a simple mabat house, again, because of my profitable work. That one couldn't also stay around. I demolished that one. Of course, I graduated from that. I came to put up now this one here because of these short-term crops, especially onions. Imagine when I began farming, I began growing only half an acre of land. I used to harvest like 10, 15 bags. In fact, after harvesting, so when it comes to time of selling, I could get better prices. I began now buying land, expanding my land, of course. Imagine from half an acre to 15 acres of land now, which I have personally. You know, it spiced up me so much. I've put up some rentals in the trading center, which is near our home here. The other thing, again, you will see a simple local store which was there. I used to fill up my onions there. Now the store became so small until of recent